Hello, everyone. Welcome back to. I almost did a gold bridge there. I almost went, "Hello, everybody." Anyway, hello, everybody. My version there. Welcome back to Armchair Armory, and it just finished at the Stad. What's the name of Sporting Stadium? I always forget this. The Estadio Jose Alvalade, Sporting Club do Portugal 0, Arsenal 1. I think the overarching narrative of this will be that we got away with one. That this the most that was deserved of the game was a draw. Sporting actually played really well, but then again, I don't think we played that badly. I think this is why I put the headline "Can't really complain" because yeah, this is kind of what I wanted. I wanted a decent defensive performance. I wanted a managed game, and yeah, we managed to nick it right at the end through a Kai Havertz goal. It was a much better performance, particularly defensively, than the last two games, as in the Southampton game in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup final against City. Again, still not much to write home about going forward, which is a shame. I think in general, we created although we did have the ball in the net once, but it got ruled out for offside through Zubamendi. You can definitely see, and it definitely now puts forward the argument or gives more credence to the argument that the players we had out on the pitch against Southampton on Saturday is a larger contributing factor as to why we lost that game compared to, and also the idea of sacrificing the FA Cup is a bit more of an argument than we all thought it would, than we tried to let on. Looking back on it now, because you could definitely see today, having Rice back, having Zubamendi from the start, having Madueke from the start, having Calafiori from the start, definitely made us a little bit better. I would say we stepped up a little bit when Arteta made the substitutions and brought on Dalman, Martinelli, and Havertz. But I thought overall, all the players that played on Saturday, which I think was White, who started, was White, Ødegaard, Gabriel. They all played a lot better today. And again, it's Martinelli that set up the goal. I think, again, Arteta said it in his post-match interview after the game on Amazon Prime. He said, yeah, we let the finishers come in and finish the job. So yeah, it was a combination of Martinelli and Havertz that gave us that 1-goal lead going into the return leg next week at the Emirates. But the bigger picture is that the reason I wanted to win this game, I would have been okay with a 0-0 draw, because I don't think we played that badly. I think we played well enough to manage the game for a 0-0 draw. I think David Raya was probably our best player on the night, because he made, I think they said 5 saves overall, but I can only think of 2 that were significant. There was one right at the start of the game where their left back got through on goal and got a shot away. Raya just about managed to get a fingertip save to it and push it onto the bar. And then there was one just after we scored, where there was a bit of a scramble in the box. Raya came for it, kept it out, and managed to push it into the path of, I think, Ben White to clear it. I think there was also another header from one of their players as well that he just palmed off the field for a corner, away from his near post for a corner. So he was definitely our man of the match. But it was reverting. I think I saw Elliot from Arsenal Vision say this, that we sort of no, it was Harry Simeon said this. Sorry, Harry. He said that we've reverted to type, which was high defensive game management. and the sort of goal was the bonus. So yeah, we take a very slim advantage to the Emirates next week. But the main reason why, and I digress slightly there, the main reason why I'm sort of like I'm happy we won the game. It may not sound like because I sound like fucking Eeyore, but yeah, I the main reason why I'm happy that we won the game is because it builds that momentum going into the Bournemouth game on Saturday. I said it in the preview. I said we need to win. A draw would be good because it leaves the tie poised and home advantage, etc., etc. But I thought win the game, and at least there's that. Okay, yeah, we can still win. You know, we might have turned a corner a little bit. That's the thing. I think it was a much better performance than the Carabao Cup final and the quarterfinal, the FA Cup quarterfinal game against Southampton. I think it was a much better performance. Just again, we didn't create many chances going forward. We did create chances, and I think that again, similarly to what I said after Southampton, I don't think we played in that sort of cautious, just control the game style that Arteta has had us playing for the last couple of months. I think we did try and move it around quickly, but it's just that Sporting was set up very well and they pressed very well to nullify us really, and we couldn't really get those chances in behind. We couldn't get in behind their defense very often. I think they purposely put. I forget the name of the centre back, but they purposely put a specific centre back to mark Victor Gyökeres. And obviously that's his previous team, and he played with them for how many years did he play for them? Two years. So he played for them for 2 years. So they know him inside out. So yeah, I'm not surprised, and I actually think he did all right. To be fair, yes, he didn't score, but I actually think he did all right in terms of like holding the ball and drawing fouls and stuff like that. Again, I have to give a little bit of a special mention to Max Dowman. I thought when he came on, he caused problems. He drew a lot of foul from that left back that was marking Madueke in the first half and parts of the second half. Declan Rice, again, as I said earlier, you can see the difference when he's not playing. I feel like he played really well today. To be fair, Madueke actually did all right for the most part. Good corners, good balls into the box here and there. I think overall, as I said, I can't really complain. We won the game. It was a much better performance than the last two games that we've had. We definitely have an advantage going into the next game. Hopefully it brings momentum for Bournemouth. So let's see what happens at the weekend. That's all we've got to do. Yeah, that's it essentially. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'll be back again. What's today? Tuesday. I think I'll be recording the preview for Bournemouth maybe tomorrow, if not Thursday, but probably tomorrow because I need it to go out on Thursday rather than Friday. So I will speak to you then. Enjoy the rest of your evening. As always, take care and stay safe.
Remember to like and subscribe, and also follow Dan on social media. All the information is in the description below.